So today's episode 7 of the Pilots franchise. It's been about a week, and today we're going to obviously have a couple games. No, the normal stuff. We have the debut of the new stadium. That's right, we got a new stadium. And then, of course, we have a trade deadline that is quickly approaching. And to be honest, the team's looking kind of nice. So you got to see some of these trades we pick up. You got to see what happens. I mean, one of these trades just popped up on me. Like, I didn't expect it at all. So it actually worked out really well for us. So, hey, things are looking good. The team's looking good. You got to see this episode. I hope you enjoy it. Of course, if you do, thumbs up down below. Subscribe to the channel if you're new and enjoy the content. And, of course, get in the comment section. Let me know what you guys think about it. That's about it, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Alrighty, welcome to the new stadium. And I figured, like, we should probably show it off here with the Royals in town. One, it's a division matchup. And you can see we're doing pretty well, 33-21. And on top of that, I want to show you the new stadium. I think it's really cool. I found it in the stadium vault. It's called Carolina Stadium by a person whose user ID was SC-Reaper. I made like one small tweak to it. It really wasn't anything too crazy. But outside of that, I thought the stadium was really cool. I thought it kind of fit the whole team or like kind of the whole city vibe, plus like a really cool center field piece in the outfield. The field is a lot deeper. The walls in the outfield aren't, so short. I feel like that was the big issue that you guys had with it in the first place. So there you guys go. We have like a little eating section. We've got this really cool feature in center field. We've got like a pool in left field right off the foul pole. So like I feel like this is a huge upgrade for the stadium. I feel like it's a really cool stadium. I think it's just over 20,000 for capacity, which I feel like is not too bad for a team that is just starting out in the majors. Like kind of not an expansion team, but a relocation, right? So, especially since this is the first kind of professional MLB team or first professional baseball team in the Carolinas, I think ever, maybe in quite some time. I can't remember if there was one before previously, like early baseball days. So, as you can see, without me blabbering on any longer, Casey Mize took the mound, and he had a day. The Royals did score early here in the fourth, but it didn't matter. Casey Mize was on it today. This was like the one small blip of the whole outing. It was absolutely insane. I'm actually really liking Casey Mize. He is struggling for the most part, but this outing he was on it. You guys can see here in the fourth, Renato Nunez leads it off with a single, which was great. We needed this. I feel like every single game it takes like the other team scoring to kind of wake us up offensively, which probably isn't the best way of going about things, but if it gets our offense woken up and we can score some runs, we can take the lead, we can hold on to it, I feel like we're in a good place because I'm really enjoying the bullpen. The starting pitching could use a little bit of an upgrade, but the offense is there. The bullpen has easily been the MVP of the team this season. And so far, so good. You see Candelario there with the ground rule double. We got two guys in scoring position. Adolis Garcia here with the walk, bases loaded. So after a little like pop up in foul territory, we had one out. Willie Calhoun's up here, 1-2 count. And I'm going, he's going to hit into a double play. It's going to happen. Like there's just, did he just hit a grand slam? There's no way he just hit a grand slam. And you can see it is a deep outfield. There's going to be a lot of extra base hits if you hit it to the gap. And here, Willie Calhoun kind of just misses a home run, probably about like 8 feet short. Maybe a little bit, maybe like 10 feet. So, sac fly, moves the guy to third. We've got Yermin Mercedes up, and man, he just delivers with a little like bloop-ish single, a lazy fly ball single. We got the guy advancing to third, but it didn't matter. That was the inning there. We take the lead 2-1. Manager comes out, calms down. Brad Keller says, hey, get me out of the inning. Let's see what we can do. Bottom 5. Keston just misses this fastball. And look how far Benintendi ran. He just ran like a football length of a field. Right? No. A football length field. Whatever. What I'm trying to say is he just ran like 300 yards, it looked like, which again, not a football length field. Anyways, and then look what happens next batter. He goes like another 100 yards. The dude's still trying to recover from the last at bat, get his wind back, get his breath back. And Corey Seager's like, hey, Benintendi, I'm going to need you to run another 100 yards to make this catch. Benintendi, unbelievable in the outfield. What the heck? I mean, it's going to show. He covered 105 feet. Like, why? Why is he out here doing all these wild catches? I know 100 feet is not the same as 100 yards. I'm exaggerating. Calm down. I know there's going to be some guy in the comment section like, oh, you're so dumb. You don't even know your distances. Calm down. It is what it is, all right? So like I said, Casey Mize was feeling it. He's going to get 2 Ks back to back, make him looking. Oof, dotting it up. Whit Merrifield, sit down. Like I said, it was Casey Mize day. He was killing it. 7 2/3, only 3 hits allowed, 1 walk, and 6 strikeouts on just under 100 pitches. Michael Fulmer comes in, does the job, closes it out. It was a pretty boring game, but we got the dub. That's all that matters. I mean, look at that. Casey Mize, great day. Brad Keller with the loss. And then, of course, Michael Fulmer with the save. I thought it was a really good game. It was a good game. All right, so we're 6 days out from the All-Star break, which means we're pretty close to the trade deadline. Which I'm like, ooh, let's kind of see where we're at in the game. Where are we at in the season? 50-33. We're 8 games atop the division. That's right, the division. And I'm going, oh, we should push for this. We should push for that playoff run. Why not? You know, I think that'd be huge. And so, you know, I looked at the standings to kind of get an idea of taking players from the teams that were at the bottom of the division or in the AL and the NL. So to do that, I was kind of looking to see who was the farthest out. And you've got these teams here, like 7 games out, 9 games out, 9.5. They're not necessarily out of the running, but, you know, the odds of them getting into it pretty low. You know, these 2 teams are over 12 games from the division. And then the Blue Jays and the Orioles are actually 20 and 22. And then when you look at the wild card in the National League, you've got the Phillies and the Pirates, kind of the low end, right? You've got the Braves, the Marlins, the Diamondbacks, kind of still in the mix, but again, you know, unlikely that they'll get in. But these are the main 2 teams that really stick out. So I'm thinking, let's go see what we could get. You know, maybe there's something on the trade block too, you know, that we could look for. The big thing that I'm going to look for is pitching, though, because having, 260s, you know, Scherzer's going to be in the 60s in like a game or 2. So 260 overall players in the starting rotation, probably not the best for a team that's trying to push for the playoffs. And I'm like, okay, we definitely need pitching. At least one pitcher, right? Maybe throw one of them over here, let one of them sit at the bottom of the rotation, or move Scoot Ball over to the starting rotation, bring in a new pitcher, and let Scherzer and Verlander be kind of the long inning relievers. Whatever works, you know, but like we definitely need pitching. I feel like offense, unless I'm offered a trade that brings in someone to help us offensively, I'm not really interested in improving the offense. So I looked at the trade block. Sorry, my lips are dry. I'm like, don't stick together. Ugh. It's the worst. Anyways, so I'm trying to look and I'm like, there's not really any pitchers here. You know, Michael Pineda maybe, but like outside of that, no, I just don't like anybody that's on the trade block here. There's just no one that really interests me that I feel like could really help us out. You know, I feel like none of those players make us better. Obviously, again, offensive players were there, but I'm not really looking for that. I'm looking for pitchers. So I'm trying to think of who I want to get rid of. Gregory Soto's a player I'd be okay with getting rid of, not having the best of seasons. So I threw him on the block. And I was also not really impressed with Avisail Garcia. That was another player I'm just not enjoying. He's just not good. So those were kind of the 2 that I was going to put on the block, see what we could get from them. I'm not looking for prospects. I'm looking for MLB ready guys. And John Means came up. I've already run through this. I've already seen what kind of trades we were going to get. And John Means was a player that popped up when I kind of went through it earlier just to get an idea of what we could get. And I'm like, oh, okay, John Means, part of the Orioles. They're pretty low in the league. You know, the Blue Jays are pretty low as well, but I don't really like any of those. And I'm thinking, okay, who else could we look at? Maybe the Rangers. Tristan McKenzie is interesting. But I was thinking about Tristan McKenzie, and I thought about how the fact that we have, Matthew Boyd, he's 30. Turnbull's almost 30. But then we have 23, 25, 21, 23. Scherzer and Verlander, I'm not really counting because they're like done after the season. But then 25, 26, 22. We have a young rotation. We need some players to kind of balance it out a little bit. And Tristan McKenzie, he'd be great. I think he'd be a really good addition to the team. I think that would be a great pitcher to get, like I don't hate it at all. I actually really like the idea of bringing in Tristan McKenzie, but we just don't need another young starting pitcher. We kind of need some veterans to balance everything out. So the Rangers, yeah, they threw in Tristan McKenzie. Who else was the other team? Like the Mariners were kind of low. They threw in Marco Gonzalez, and I thought, okay, that's not a bad idea. Let me see what Marco Gonzalez. He has 2 years left on his deal, so he'll be 32, 33 by the time the contract's over. You can see he's already going down in overall. So again, like it's a good pickup for now till the end of the season, but those next 2 years, I feel like we would just be wasting, you know, almost 20 million over 2 years. So I didn't really like that trade, but it was something that was interesting because it definitely kept, you know, it was a possibility I could look into. Next up, we had, you know, the Diamondbacks were kind of low, but meh. Diamondbacks, the Rockies were kind of low. Senzatella is okay, but again, I don't really like it. The Pirates, they didn't really offer us anything, and then the Phillies was another team. Zach Eflin, and that was kind of it. And there really weren't any other teams that offered me some good pitchers that I felt like we should trade with, you know, kind of towards the lower end of the standings. So then I remember the Orioles offered us John Means, and I thought, that's a pretty good trade. Like a player who's under team control for 2 more years. He's not having the best of years. He's, you know, kind of struggling. He's actually having a pretty bad year, to be honest. And I'm thinking, well, John Means or Senzatella or Eflin, right? Those were kind of the main players we were looking at. So like Eflin kind of having a similar year. ERA's a little inflated. The whip's a little inflated. I feel like they're both around the same age. John Means has a little bit more potential. He's a little higher rated. Or the last place Phillies, Zach Eflin. And I'm like, oh, I don't really know who to go with. And I had to think about it. All right, so I ended up going with John Means. And the reason I went John Means over Eflin was because Eflin becomes a free agent this year. John Means has 2 years of team control. And because I thought about that, I thought about how the trade really wasn't that fair, the Soto and Garcia trade. So I threw in Parker Meadows. I gave him, you know, one of our better prospects because I thought, okay, let's give them a prospect. Let's give them a MLB ready outfielder and an MLB quality reliever for John Means, a team that's just not going to be competing anytime soon based on their roster. It's not. It isn't. So I felt like, there we go. There's the trade. John Means is now part of the team. So the next game, I thought, you know what? Let's throw John Means, the new acquisition, up against the Cubs. And look at Robbie Grossman, 400 away. His average is 400 away. So it was only fitting that he hits a single to start off the game, right? Like it just had to be. And of course, when the first batter reaches, when you got a new pitcher on the team, you're thinking, uh-oh, is this the right move? Is he going to struggle? He strikes out Chris Bryant, who was having a good season, hitting like 290 at this point in the year. Then next up, you've got Ian Happ, full count, 2 outs, gets him with the changeup, and I'm going, ooh, okay, starting to find a rhythm. 2 strikeouts in the first. You got Jock Peterson up in the next inning with 1 out, and I mean, Jock, you can't be looking at a fastball like that. The high Chad gotcha. 3 strikeouts, 2 innings. John Means was feeling it, and another person who was feeling it today, Kyle Seager. I feel like the Seager bros, the smashing Seagers, the smash bros, bash bros, whatever we're going to call them, I feel like no matter what, they are going to hit a home run for us because they have been so good this season. Kyle Seager's been struggling a little bit, but when we need him to deliver, he definitely does. And there he is. Home run. Gives us the lead 1-0. And I thought, all right, there we go. We're good. We've got the lead. We're comfortable, right? Like, at least we have the lead. It's better than like being tied in the 7th or being down in the 7th. Early lead, 1-0. And I mean, look at that curve. That's like me golfing. Like, I just can't hit it straight. It's just bending right or bending left. Like, it's just not a straight shot. Anyways, we're not here to talk about me. Chris Bryant, 0-2 count. And like I said, John Means, I knew he was going to be a good pickup. Chris Bryant, you can't look at that. You got to swing. It's too close in the zone. John Means was feeling it. 5 strikeouts, 4 innings. And then this happens. A little lazy line drive single. Gross. Next batter up, I think it was David Bodie. Look what happens here. Means can't make the play. Castro, I thought made the play. I really thought he made the play there. I thought, that's a ground out. That's a fielder's choice. We got the lead runner. Perfect. Okay, no double play, whatever. What? He didn't make the play? And then I look at the replay, and I almost took Corey Seager out here. I almost punched him in the face. Why is his foot not on the base? Why is his foot not on the base? Why is he not touching the base? I don't care that he has to pirouette still. Touch the base. Then pirouette. Don't pirouette, step on Ian Happ's ankle, touch the base, and then throw it to first. Just touch the base. Get the out. We're not turning two there. Just take the out. Luckily, Jason Hayward hit it basically right out of Adolis Garcia. We get out of the inning. That inning got a little dicey for me. Kyle Seager, like I said, he was on it today. He was seeing pitches well, and foul ball home run. And I'm thinking, ooh, can we straighten that out a little bit, please? Because I would love a 2-run lead. I don't care who puts the runs on the board. As long as we're leading, we're good. And, ooh, if you could sit back on that just a little bit more. I mean, he missed a home run by, 3 feet there? I mean, ooh, that was so close. So close. So after that fly out, Adolis Garcia comes up 1-0. He slaps. I mean, he ropes it to left field. He's going to get a double here, 79 speed. He's going to get in with ease. For some reason, I thought it was going to be a little bit closer during the moment, but he got in there with ease, a nice double. Akil Badu's going to do the smart thing, move the runner over, productive out. Guy on third with 2 outs. Now I'm like, please don't ruin this opportunity. Willie Calhoun's up 1-0 count, and he just slaps it up the middle. He can sit back on it just enough to hit it up the middle. RBI single, perfect. There we go. 2-run lead, and the offense has been a little quiet this month. Hasn't been putting up too many runs, but 2 runs, I felt comfortable. Michael Fulmer's been on it this year. I think he's only blown 2 saves out of like the 28 that he's appeared in. And then a triple with 2 outs, 2 strikes too. They're down to their last strike. Just get the out. A triple, and I'm going, oh, we're losing this game. They're going to hit a home run. They're going to take the lead. Something crazy is going to happen. 2-1 count. We got 2-2 now to Jock Peterson. So, again, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Willie Castro, you got to make that play. You got to do it. You can't just let it roll under your glove like that. It's not acceptable. That's now a 2-1 game. Again, 2 outs, 2 strikes. Jock Peterson, good hitting. That's just a good swing. Puts it into play. Willie Castro doesn't make the play. 2 strikes, 2 outs. This time, though, Michael Fulmer makes the play. Woo, that got a little dicey. But you know what? I'm okay with it. John Means, great outing. 6 2/3, 6 strikeouts, no walks, no earned runs. Perfect. Fulmer came in, did shut the door. We won 2-1. Let's finish this off. All right, so the All-Star break now, and let's just keep moving forward. Our only representative was Yermin Mercedes, and I'm not really. It sucks, man. We're only getting catchers in the All-Star game. It's kind of boring. So we're gonna approach the trade deadline. We're gonna see what offers we get. We might not get any. The Indians, Bobby Bradley, not really interested in that one. As we approach again, the Yankees now with Justin Williams. I'm gonna say no. All right, we gotta win some games here. The Indians again. Oof. I don't trade within the division usually. I just don't think it's, too realistic. I know teams do trade, but I feel like picking a top prospect from a division rival just doesn't make a lot of sense there. We sweep them. I don't care who it is. I'm not going to take Nolan Jones. It's a great trade, but I'm going to say no to it. So we sweep the Reds, and we're coming up on this series here. I don't want Harold Ramirez. And now we're facing the Indians. We take a loss there, and... Oh! Isaac Paredes, not having the best of seasons. Hitting stats are pretty bad anyways. I don't think he's really ever going to be good. We played him a couple games last year. He wasn't terrible, but I feel like a player that if we're going to go and try to win, Lourdes Gurriel, he's got 1 more year left on his deal. 3.6 mil is super cheap. He's having a pretty bad year. Could we turn it around? I also feel like this is something that is too good to be true. Like, we shouldn't pass this up, right? Like I said, we are trying to win immediately, and I feel like that's definitely a move to do it. Yeah, or someone like a Franchy Cordero. But if the Red Sox are willing to give up Gurriel because he's doing so poorly, maybe we take him just that long shot. Hey, we know what he's capable of. Can we turn it around? I'm going to take a chance on it, and if things don't work out, we can cut him at the end of the year, or we can just flip him for a prospect kind of like a Isaac Paredes, something like that. So I say we take it. That just kind of fell into our laps perfectly. I think we're going to have an extra player on the roster now, which with the way Casey Mize is really struggling, I'm going to send him down to AAA. I'm going to put him in the starting rotation down there, and I'm going to see how he does. I feel like we definitely have, we're okay. We're comfortable with the way the team's set up. We'll then just put Verlander here, and we'll see how it goes. If the pitchers start to fall off a little bit more, then maybe we'll change things up again. The Indians, sorry, I know you want to trade, but I'm just going to pass on it. And then as we close out the month of July, we do take a loss, and we have a 9-game lead at the top of the division. Let's go take a look and see what other transactions happened, what trades happened. Tristan Page for John Birdie, obviously the Gurriel trade. Charlie Morton for Woody Rowley. Solano, the John Means trade for us. Kutch went to the Angels for Chris Rodriguez and Benny Brady. Bo Bichette for 3 prospects. Okay, Indians, I see you. Tyler Stevenson went to the Red Sox. Springer to the Royals. And no other big trades, it looks like. It doesn't really seem like it. I feel like that's okay. Fair enough. So, yeah, that's it. I feel like we're in a good spot. Contract extensions. Matthew Boyd, I want to offer him a 2-year deal. Club option. Man, he wants a lot of money. If I make it 8.5, will you take this deal? 2-year club option? You want some more money. What about 17.5? Deal. Perfect. Michael Fulmer becomes a free agent. I want to do the same thing. I'm going to do a 3-year option though. How's that sound? And I'll bump it up to 4.7 mil. No? Okay, I'll make it 5 if you sign the deal right now. The length is about right, but the salary's too low. 5.5, 5.3, perfect. There it is. So 2 contract extensions for 2 players I feel like are going to be a mainstay in our staff, the pitching staff. Boyd, that's his name, right? Boyd and Michael Fulmer. I feel like Fulmer's got that closer spot locked up. Boyd can sit towards the top of our rotation. We've got John Means, Turnbull now, Skubal, Mize. We got the youngsters developing. Perfect. The bullpen has been surprisingly good. And then now the lineup with Gurriel as a bench player to help us out, especially against lefties. But also because he can play so many different positions. That's a huge pickup for us. I like it. It kind of fits the whole... He helps us out kind of like a Nico Goodrum does. He can play all around the field, has a decent bat. Perfect. I really like that pickup, and he might end up being that little spark that we need in the offense to get us to the postseason. That's it. There it is. Episode, whatever this is, I forgot already, and there it is. Deadline day is over. Huge pickup with Gurriel and John Means. I feel like we're doing it. We're really trying to push for the playoffs. This means we could really make some moves in the offseason. 1 or 2 star players, maybe a max contract deal. On top of that, we're losing like 30 mil from the Verlander and Scherzer contracts expiring. We did just spend about half of that, a little bit over half on those 2 extensions, but I still feel like we can make some big moves this offseason. Plus, we've got some youngsters developing in Torkelson, Bryant Packard, Kevin, the left fielder. So we've got them. We've got plenty of prospects, plenty of good MLB players. I like the team. I like what we're doing. I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Let me know what you guys think of it. On top of that, let me know what you think of the new stadium. Do you like it? No? Yes? And of course, just leave a comment down below. I hope you enjoyed it. Thumbs up if you did. Subscribe to the channel if you're new and enjoyed the content. Catch you in the next one. Peace.